Welcome to our demo on certifications in Pathlock Cloud. Certifications let you review existing access in critical applications and understand how that access was granted, whether through an access request or pre-existing permissions. To get to certifications, just head to the left-hand menu, click on Compliance, then choose Campaigns. On the Campaigns page, you can filter launched campaigns by their completion status. By selecting detailed filters, we can refine our search by date range and completion status, which is useful if you're seeking campaigns launched within a specific time frame. Across the top of the report, we're able to see a breakdown of the total number of campaigns, as well as the type of campaign and the status of each campaign. Creating a new campaign is straightforward using the drop-down menu. We can choose from UAR, SOD, or role campaigns. The new campaign from Excel is a unique differentiator for Pathlock Cloud. If an application isn't integrated with Pathlock yet, you can still maintain compliance by uploading the required data via Excel. This allows you to conduct a full access review through our engine, eliminating manual effort and the need to wait for integration. Within the report itself, we can see the review type, for example, user access reviews or UARs, and/or even custom campaigns such as role activity changes or SOD reviews. We can see the name of the campaign, the systems for which the campaign is being executed, the owner, and the status. Additional information includes the start date, expected end date, if we have one, recurrence if we know that we'll be performing these on a set frequency, the risk score of the campaign, and the progress of the campaign overall. If a manager wants to take a closer look at a campaign, for example, the one that shows 14% completion, we can click on the campaign name to review the details. The first thing we see is an overview of the specific campaign, its name, creation date, and overall progress. The grid layout makes it easy to identify which activities are still pending. The analysis section helps us identify which reviews still require action, either by department or by approver. From a departmental view, we can see that 3 reviews are still pending for employees in the finance department, which can be further explored by clicking the numbers in the column. Switching to the approver view, we see each role owner's assigned reviews, along with their completion progress. Next, the Process Scope tab shows which processes are in scope for this campaign and what workflows will be triggered when reviews take action. The Audit tab provides a full history of the campaign, when it started, what's inactive, and who made changes. Each update is logged, showing both the old and new values for audit and compliance purposes. Finally, the Assignment and Status view shows all campaign approvers, their progress, the total number of pending items, and how long those items have been awaiting review. We also have several action options for this campaign. This menu lets us take further steps depending on the status or needs of the campaign. We can check the review status to see overall progress or generate a full report for documentation or audit purposes. Under Manage, we have access to key configuration settings for the campaign. If there's an issue, we can use Revert to roll back the campaign to an earlier state. The Reassign option allows administrators to delegate reviews on behalf of a manager, which is useful if someone is out of office and didn't set up delegation in advance. Finally, the delegation log shows who's been assigned as a delegate and tracks those changes for auditing and compliance. Now, let's look at things from a user's standpoint. For those campaigns that are assigned to us and require user access reviews, we can navigate to our inbox. Once in our inbox, any of the campaigns that are awaiting our action will be under My Waiting Reviews. We're able to see the request ID, the campaign name, how long it's been waiting for our action, the current step, who the campaign is waiting on, as well as the number of items awaiting our review. Reassign will allow us to assign this campaign to someone else if it's not appropriate for it to be in our queue. And Details will allow us to look into the specifics of this campaign and complete the execution of it. Let's choose the SAP Q1 2025 Certifications campaign. In the top left corner, you'll see an information icon. Clicking it displays instructions for reviewers, explaining how to approve items using the radio buttons. It outlines the process reviewers or risk managers should follow when taking action on the certification. As you can see, there's 1 item left, but there are 588 items to review. We're currently looking at the system grouping. We can also group by user or by roles. In this example, let's look at the AP Manager role to see which users have access. Here, we see key details, including the role name, business type, role type, and a description of the role. It also shows the system under review, the users assigned to that role, their identity details, and their manager. We can click on the Details link if we want to view additional information about this role for a specific user. Let's select Alex. Clicking on Details gives us full transparency into Alex's identity and role information, including the system-level role details and the fine-grained entitlements within that role. This allows reviewers to see exactly what access has been granted. Under Usage, we can verify whether the user is actively using the access associated with the role. If not, the reviewer can choose to remove it as part of the certification process. The Violations tab highlights any access risks associated with the role. If the role causes a policy violation, the reviewer has the option to revoke it and eliminate the risk. In the History tab, we see two key areas: provisioning history and certification history. Provisioning history shows how the access was granted. If it says none, that means the access already existed at the time of the review. It wasn't granted through an access request. Certification history tells us when the role was last certified, who reviewed it, and who approved it. This context helps a manager understand prior decisions and comments, which can support their own approval decision. Now, we can choose to approve or reject, as well as add comments, and then we can save and submit. As a reviewer, if you're unsure whether the access is appropriate, you can delegate the review to someone else. Delegation can be assigned to a specific group or an individual employee if you know who's best suited to make the decision. This keeps the review process moving while ensuring the right person is assessing and approving any potential risk. This concludes our Pathlock Cloud certifications and user access review demonstration. To learn more about certifications from Pathlock, visit www.pathlock.com and request a customized demo today.